This is Irontrader. This is the last call of the day. So we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas. First of all, we'll take a look here at the VIX, which is ripping back up here again. Okay, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, selling stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have the VIX. Now, before we get started here, yesterday we had a rip your face off rally. Today, we had a pretty good sell down, but right now it looks like it's coming back here pretty good. I've been scalping TQQQ today, and we had a bottom of 41.57 and a high of 49.34. I scalped it twice already, and I got 6 points there so far out of the TQQQ. So there's always a trades going on. Okay. Another thing is I'm long the SEO. That was a good trade. And I'm long the KOLD, which is short on the old natural gas. So overall, the market isn't too bad. But let's see how it closes today and what kind of response we're going to have like on Friday. Okay, let's take a look here at the VIX. Now, you can see when the VIX spikes right up here, the market always comes down. Okay, now I've showed this here a couple times here this week, but I want to show you what's going on here today. Okay, so we had this big spike up here all the way to 60, and then we had, it came down, spiked up again. Now, yesterday on that big sell-off, it came all the way down, and we thought we were going to get it back normal again, and then look at today, the big spike here so far. Okay, so you're sitting at 40.69, VIX is up, but you spiked all the way to 55 here level. But again, when we have those big spikes, that's your buying opportunity. I know it's blood in the streets, but that's really where you want to buy if you're going to be trading the market. Okay, so just always put that VIX on your radar. When it spikes like that, you get into the market, and because it never lasts up there, it always wants to come right on down. Okay, just like we had in the past. Again, look at those big ass candles, but look at that sticky on there. Okay, come right down. Now we got to see how it all finishes today, but right now it doesn't look. It looks like you might be able to pull out of this here. But we got to see how this is all going to shake out here at the end of the day. But just look always in the past here, how we had the big spike, market sells off, and then she just starts getting back to normal here again. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now, yesterday, let me see if we get up a little bit for you. We had this really nice double bottom here, okay? So this is where I was trading it off of. 74,635, and then we made that nice higher low at 74,655. Very, very nice. And yesterday, you can see a rally went up to the 8-day and went right into the 21-day. Okay, it's 20. Look what could happen here today again. Right into the 21-day, couldn't hold it and pulled back. But you notice that here, it came back, went all the way down here to where did it go? Right down to this 200-day at 78.77, 775. And now look at here, it's pulling right back up again. So this is the key level here on the downside is you want to watch is that 78.775. As long as we can hold that, we can get a sideways kind of an action going on here, okay? But let's just see how it all shakes out here. What did I do? Okay, let me get this back to normal here again. Okay, so what we're watching here on the downside is just watch that 200-day on a closing basis. That's the key, closing basis, 78.775. Now, again, if that area here is lost, we're going to come down here to the bottom of this candle right here. You're looking at 77.530 level. We come down to the bottom of this candle here, 76.735. And then we'll come down here, all the way down here at that 76.390. And then your retest there is that 74.635 level. But right now, as long as we hold that 200-day, we can be having like a ping pong situation between that, the 8 and the 21-day, okay? Now, we really have to go looking at resistance levels. Well, we're going to look to the top of this candle here, 81,100, and we'll look here, you're looking at 81,450, but the key level is going to be this 8-day at that 82,226 level. You need to get back and close back above that, and the 21-day is very, very crucial to close above at that 83.14. If we can close above that, we can follow the candles all the way up, but realistically, this is going to be your target, is going to be that 89.46 level. Now, you can see where this price channel is that 890. All that is just the top of this candle right here, okay? That's going to be your target, which is right around where that 50-day is crawling here. Now, watch those futures there at 6 p.m. tonight. And we're going to see how this 8-day, if it's going to keep rolling on over here, and if it's going to hold this 200 estimate here. Now, Friday, who knows? I mean, we could get a rip-your-face-off rally again, or it could be right on down. Now, for a trader like me, which is both directions, I just basically trade directions, this is an awesome market, okay, for a guy like me, because I like Bitcoin. IBIT for the long, BITI for the short, works out very, very nicely, okay? But, again, if this is going to rally up here, we just have to watch that 8-day, Very, very critical, and that 21 day. We get above that, then we can start hitting for that 50 day. But again, what we have here is it's just not going to rally up here unless we can get above those simple moving averages and close above them. But we can't have these topping tails like this. That's never good. When you see that, it's going to go lower, okay? But we have this nice double bottom situation here, so let's not get too excited. And as long as we hold this 200-day, we could go sideways kind of an action here, okay? Now, we have a nice good positive divergence on the RSI here. See how we have this low here? Low, and then higher low, lower low, I should say, and a higher low here. Positive divergence on the RSI. So always keep that in mind along with this double bottom. Okay, there was two signals for you right there to take it long yesterday. Now, again, we're just trading here between this range. So don't get too excited here. I think eventually here, Bitcoin will go higher. It might go lower first, but let's just see how it can over time. Now, again, this 50-day is very, very crucial here by tomorrow. You really have to hold that 77,338 on a closing basis on Friday. Okay, that's the key. We start losing that, that's not going to be too good here. Then we're going to start hitting all these notches and we could come down here drastically. Okay, so just watch this 50-day. The reason I say that, how nicely it held here. Okay, how nicely it held. And it's still holding. Just because we went down, we're still closing above. That's going to be key. But when you look at this 8-day, see how that crossing over that 21-day, heading on down, strong resistance going up. Now, as time goes on, 8-day is going to get lower, and towards that 50-day, something's going to give. It's going to blast up, or she's going to blast down. Okay, so remember, two-way trade. However you trade it, easy way is IBIT for the long, BIT for the short. The reason I like those those ETFs there is they're owned by BlackRock, and there's like 52 billion worth of assets. Okay, and it's the spot price. Okay, it's exactly what Bitcoin is. Okay, it's a spot price. It's not the futures. So whatever Bitcoin does, that does, just a lot cheaper. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have the crude oil. Now you can see here, red candle. Okay, now we're basically hanging in here at 60.34 level. Okay, so SCO was a very, very good trade today, but it actually did scalp UCO. UCO got as low as 1920, and we got as high as 2018. I didn't get all of that. That's almost about a point there, but I got 50 cents out of the UCO scalp. So don't be afraid here to have, I just use that SCO more like a hedge and just scalp the UCO until we can get some kind of a clarity on what's going to be going on here with crude. Okay, now just remember, it's not just the tariffs. OPEC is dumping a pile of oil starting in May 1st, about 411 million barrels per day, okay, onto the market here. So there's really never, you add an oil like that, there's really nothing bullish about that. We got to see, okay? So let's just see. But again, on the other side of that coin is you got seasonality in play for summer driving and all that kind of stuff. So just, trade it, okay? That's why I like a two-way trade. And sometimes I'll use both ETFs on at the same time, okay? So let's look at the bottom here, okay? So what I want to watch is today's low. That's a 58.76 level, okay? And then we'll come right down to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 57.88, and then we have your retest at 55.12. Now, when those futures open tonight, we got to see how this is all going to trade, kind of a situation. Now, on the upside here, what we want to watch is, let's see, what did I do that again? Okay. I keep punching the wrong stuff here. What the hell are you doing? Okay. Anyway. Okay, so what we're looking at the bottom of this candle right here. Okay, so you're looking at 60.45. That's going to become your resistance. Okay, your next upside target is going to be 61.75, and it will come up here. You're looking at 62.93, and then we'll come to the top of today's candle at 63.34, and then 64.13 is going to be very, very critical. But you can see how the 8-day now, see how it crossed over the 21-day. That's going to be strong resistance. Just look at the past here. Okay, strong resistance until we get back above it. Okay, it's going to go sideways to down. It's just that simple. So don't have no positive thing. Oh, this is going $100. This is going to no. Let's go one level at a time. If we can get above that 8-day, then we can just hit that 21-day right there. You can hit the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day. Everything is lined up very, very nice, but you have to get above that 8-day. Very, very strong. Okay, natural gas here. Well, it's pretty much the same scenario, okay? Look at your 8-day, how it just crossed right over. Your 21 days coming down. There's nothing, as I say, bullish about this as of right now, okay? So, upside, what we're looking for here, well, you can see how we had that big red candle. What we're looking for here is going to be right here, where are we sitting at right now? We're sitting at 3.52. So you're going to be looking at the bottom of this candle. This is crucial, 3.55 level. Then we'll come up here. Okay, you're looking at 3.6 flat, and then we'll come up to that 100-day at 3.68. Above that, we got the 8-day. Okay, that's going to be your next resistance level. And then we have that 50-day at 388, and then your 21 SMA now sitting at 3.92. Now, remember, just watch the futures at 6 p.m. because this 8-day, it will be lower. The 21-day should be able to pretty much cross over toward that 50-day, and this is not looking good because everything's back on a downslide kind of a situation. Now, on the downside here, we want to watch today's low. You're looking at 3.46 level. We come down here to 3.33. Then the next level here, you have 3.29, and then here's the key is this gap, okay? 3.16, 3.11, 3.11 gap, fill, and then 200 SMA, okay? Those are going to be your big targets if, big if, okay, this bottom of this candle here at that 3.33 is lost. So right now, this is a trader, okay? So I traded the KOLD. I'm all out of it right now. KOLD had a really good trade today, 22.37 on the bottom, 25.03 on the top. Again, I didn't get all of that situation there, but I got $2 out of that there today on the KOLD. So that was very, very good on the OKLD. So very, very satisfied with that. Now I have no position. I'm going to wait to see what the futures are at 6 p.m. Maybe make a trade. I don't know yet. We got to see how that shakes out. I don't hold that overnight there because it's just the widowmaker, you know what I'm saying? But crude oil, I'm hanging in short and I'm scalping the long. See what the situation is. We get above that 8-day, then I'll take off that short and we can just take it right on up here. But if we can't, then we're just going to go lower all the way down to that, test that 55.12. Now, again, you lose this 55.12 here, you're going to go down to that $50 area and possibly even 47. So very, very cautious on here. We got to see how this all shakes out. Okay, that's what I got for. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Friday, TGIF. We'll take a look there at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas. Now I can see the market is getting worse here right now. We're going to see how it closes, but just watch those futures at 6 p.m. tonight, and maybe you might get some trades. Now, again, with this TOS platform here, it's nice because I can trade 24 hours a day. What I usually do is I'll put all my trades in, like much, much lower kind of a situations, you know what I'm saying? And then just stagger the trades in, and maybe in the middle of the night, they just might hit, who knows, okay? We got to see how it all shakes out. But again, just trade the market. It's not a buy and hold situation. I get the tariffs, the delays, I get all that, but nothing is solved as of right now. We're just in talks, getting everything in that process. Okay, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.